Here we are then for another F1 League Racing video, and this one is PSGL PC Split 2 as always, and this one is going to be the Chinese Grand Prix, round number 8 of the season. Now before we jump into the action this weekend, if you guys are new to the channel and want to see more League Racing content, then like this video and subscribe for more, as it really helps me out. And yeah, also the previous episode at Austria we linked up in the top right, round number 7, the previous race, so go check it out before we jump into potential spoilers. So yeah, go watch that one before you come back to this one. But this weekend we're here at China. It's not one of my best tracks, and to be fair, I'm looking forward to seeing the end of it, or the back end of it, as we look at the championship standings. Now, in the Drivers' Championship, we're currently P7. After the last race in Austria, we got a P5 finish. Our teammate Lewis Welch finished P2. So we're starting to hit a bit of momentum, and we're now up to P5 in the constructor standings as well. So we're just starting to recover a few points. We were the highest scoring constructor in Austria, by the way, if you look at the gold colouring on the P5. So it's looking pretty decent, and I know for a fact, at least around here, my teammate Lewis Welch is very much on the pace. I'm a little bit off the pace around here, to be honest, so we'll see if I can still compete. I'm pretty good on Sunday, the race, that's kind of what I usually do. A one-lap pace isn't great, but currently we're here on a set of mediums. Now, in this qualifying, there was a big debate. Do you qualify on mediums, do you qualify on softs? But for now, we're going to run aboard for a full lap of Shanghai on the medium tyre. So you set up the final corner, use all the runoff and open DRS, run down to turn 1. Very important here to get down to 50 bias to get rotation under braking in the first 2 corners. Down to 7th, then down to 6th, then down to 5th, 4th, and then 3rd, and then just hold it through this section using 2nd gear and then 1st gear when necessary if you feel like you need the extra bit of rotation. Important to get traction out of here and do it in 4th gear, by the way. Don't try 5th, 4th is much better. Flat out through the kink into turn 5, braking just after the 100. 3rd gear, I just clip the inside curb a little bit there, which upsets the balance of the car. Otherwise, that would have been a pretty decent start to the lap. Now into sector 2, through the long left, taking a bit of a lift just for stability purposes, trying to keep it super tight through the long right, and then opening up the next double left-hander here. Important to try and get some good traction and carry some good exit speed as we conclude sector 2. Heavy brake zone, up to 56 bars for this one on the brakes. 3rd gear, clip the inside curb and open up the right-hander in the process. I don't quite trouble it, picking up a little bit of understeer. Then through the banking, trying to get the power down flat out as soon as possible, basically, as you can possibly achieve it, as you make our way down the back straight here with DRS wide open. And now pretty much all you've got to try and do is spot the braking, which is going to be bang on the 100-meter board, if not the curb on the left just before. Down to 3rd gear, try and get that rotation on a 55 bias, and then smoothly back on the power as we make our way into the final corner. Down to 5th gear, cut the inside curb, and then back on the gas and open DRS on the run down to the line. I've got to say it's a PB on medium though, so even though I'm not happy with it, that's a fucking PB, boys. And as you can hear me say, that is a PB. My previous personal best was a 31.9, so we've done our personal best straight away on mediums on our first lap here, which is awesome. And to be fair, that lap got me thinking, do we commit or do we go for softs? And I did go for a precautionary soft lap, but am I going to commit to it?
I'll do P2 with a 0.5.
Okay, I'm on for a 0.7. What does that put me?
Currently that put me 3rd.
With a ladder?
Not a 4th.
Okay.
3 times per getting.
So as you can hear there, talking to my engineer, Dan Field, of course, he is actually a split 1 commentator. Trying to decide if I'm going to commit or pull out from the lap, and I'm actually going to give up. Going to commit to the strap. Rolling out. I think 1.2 up. Now, as you can hear me say, I'm going to give up on that soft tyre run and commit to mediums for the race start. You can see the reason why, basically, myself and my teammate Lewis Welch got P8 and P9. We were the highest placed medium runners, and we're going to be in a pretty strong starting place for the race. And, even on soft, I could have probably got P2 quite comfortably. I messed up the final corner, but the pace was easily there for P2. But I wanted to start mediums. They're the much better race tyre. You get better strategy options as well. And the softs are really hard to drive after 4 laps. So, yeah, we don't have a great track position, but relatively speaking, on mediums, we've done a good job, and both myself and Lewis are on the pace. Lewis is faster than me, so I will give him priority this race in terms of strategy, tyres, all that stuff, so we'll see how that pans out. But either way, both cars in the top 10 on medium. Let's jump into the race and let's see if we can make it another decent race for us in the Alpine. Well, here we are. Let's do this. Medium tyres on. We're going to try one stop, medium to soft. That's going to be the strat. And let's see if we can try and execute that strategy as the 5 lights are on here at China. And it's going to be lights out and away we go. Easy does it on the start. We actually get off reasonably decently actually on a set of mediums. Down to turn 1, we're going to try and go down the inside here as there is a bit of space. One of the cars actually goes off and that triggers a yellow flag. Down the inside of Akinci right now for P7 as we switch to the outside line for turn 3. Important here to really carry that exit speed and get that traction down. As you can see, going side by side down the straight into the next brake zone. Can we brake late? Let's find out. On the anchors, a little bit late there. We just hit the back of Jay Verhaeg, but luckily I don't think we've got damage and we're going to be okay.
No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving.
And you can hear there, no damage, otherwise Jeff would have said so. So right now, P7, Akinci trying to get back underneath here on the switchback, but we managed to defend the line and get ahead and slot in. P7 behind our teammate, Lewis Welch.
Husband died, so I don't think he's got damage.
Yeah, I'm okay. I've got no damage. Richie's desyncing or lagging.
And as you can see up ahead, we've got Jeffrey Ritchie having a bit of internet issues, desync / a bit of lag. But right now, we're looking pretty decent in this race. P7.
It's one of the few tracks where it's actually worth just getting ahead of the soft runners because within not 2 or 3 laps, they'll struggle.
Now you can hear me say there, it's probably worth gaining as many places as possible as the softs will struggle. As now we're going to the hairpin, we get dive bombed. What
Get
the?
Huh? What the fuck?
Mate, you know, lucky I saw him.
And you can see there, we just got lunged by Joe Fitz. And you hear me say, he's very lucky that I saw him arriving because it was so late.
Get own killed Hausman, so he might have a slight bit of damage, but I don't think so. He's leading right now.
So there's the full rundown. P7, we have dropped off a little bit from our teammate Lewis Welch and the rest of the pack, but hopefully we'll fight back to catch them back up. But right now, it's been a decent opening start to the race. You know, we've both gained places on mediums, and we're working as a team here basically. So I'm going to try and follow Lewis and see if we can, you know, take me along for the ride with him. So yeah, we'll see how the race checks out. The first thing we've got to do is try to get back within a second before DRS gets enabled on the next lap. So luckily we managed to achieve that. You can see now lap 3, we're within a second of the car ahead.
Wasn't soft, it's on a struggle. Oh, John's over here. And so is Richie. My God, everyone's just wiggling out of the banker.
You can see there, everyone's struggling on tyres now at this stage.
Come on, Lewis, let's go.
Blue.
I know Jay hasn't done a lot of practice, so it should be fairly straightforward to pass, to be honest.
As you heard me say before, the guys on softs are starting to struggle now and lose a bit of grip already, and the mediums are working quite well. So Lewis Welch making good progress as we see Jeffrey Ritchie peel off into the pit lane. So we're going to gain another place and move up into the top 6. We also set the fastest lap at the time, so the pace looks pretty good right now, and we're going to go about trying to get past Jay up ahead in the Williams. And now lap number 6 from what I could tell, lap 5 from my preview screen. We're pretty close and putting a bit of pressure on as he's struggling to stay on the back of my teammate Lewis Welch heading through the middle sector. And now onto the bank, and you can see the understeer as he struggles for grip in that Williams and probably overheating his tyres, and that's going to give us the invitation now to get the run as we open DRS and use a bit of the overtake. We got the inside and now into the hairpin. Under braking, we're going to make it nice and simple, get the inside line and pick up P5. So more progress being made as there's more battling up ahead between John Evans, Lewis Welch, and also Get Owned, who actually appeals into the pit lane as well. So P4 for us now as we go to lap 6, and at this stage now it definitely is medium tyres and we've got the advantage over anyone that may be out there on softs. And you can see John Evans there really struggling in the murk to really keep those softs under control through turn 1. So we'll try and pass him now end of lap 4 on the back straight. You can see here the gap to Lewis Welch really growing right now.
Whew. My heart came out of my mouth there for a second.
I'd expect soft runners to box this lap.
John's begging ERS.
Now you can see we're struggling to get past John Evans. I had a bit of a moment on the lap, I believe, through the middle sector, and just trying to put some pressure on really. But you can see now, I think Lewis is actually going to take the lead as Andreas Dormeyer pits in the Red Bull. So we're now up to P3, and this is where you want to pass someone. This is the best place to do it, not the back straight right now, because you're going to get the line into turn 1, as you can see me do here, and pick up P2. So right now, 1-2 for Alpine, Lewis Welch leads the way, and we are P2 with a gap of about 1.6 seconds here in this race. So decent stuff.
Take me with you, Lewis. Don't leave me.
This chord quality is not great. What's the gap?
Now you can hear me say, Lewis, take me with you because I want to try and go away with him.
Well, Lewis is going to pull away now. He's faster than me.
But you can hear me say that Lewis is going to pull away now. He's faster than me. So yeah, that was the plan. And actually, to be fair, I was actually faster for a little while. I got the gap down to 1.4 at one point, but that was kind of as low as it got, really. And then after that, Lewis started to pull the trigger and open up the gap a little bit as I struggled to really hold on. We've got Dylan Warren behind us in the McLaren. He's got pretty good pace as well. And he's probably a bit faster than me, actually, in fairness. I'm just trying to hold him off and keep him at bay. I can tell he's also saving ERS right now, so he's not really going for the overtake. So, yeah, right now,
I need Dylan to pass me. It's better for the both of us.
you can hear me say, I'm kind of thinking what the best thing is to do. And I came up with the decision that the best thing realistically right now is for Dylan to pass me. So I'm going to make that happen. I'm going to force it by not using any ERS.
This makes more sense for both of us.
Because Dylan was actually costing us both time by not overtaking me, so I had to kind of force it and let him go, basically.
I know Lewis is my teammate, but the hard tyre runners are a threat.
You can hear me say that the guys on hards are a threat, so we need to focus on our own race, and letting Dylan go was the best thing to do. So P3 for now, but still good pace.
And this way I can charge up my battery. We're going medium soft, guys. We need to get to lap 19. Or lap 18 earliest. But I want to try and get to lap 19 if possible.
So as you can hear, there's the strat moving forward. We've got a little while to go yet on these tyres, so we've got to try and make them work. And yeah, we're going to use Dylan Warren as our way to kind of follow. Lap 13 though now, you can see at the end of the lap, Lewis looking pretty decent out front. Warren P2 as Jeffrey Richard retires, and that's going to trigger a safety car.
MFD for a new
shit.
strategy option. Drop your
Oh,
speed.
fuck.
Our delta is too low, and we risk a penalty.
Oh, fuck.
Slow your pace immediately.
I got a stack. Got a stack. Got a stack. Doesn't matter.
So you can hear me say, we need to stack. We're going to have to follow our teammate in and just wait. And we might lose a bit of time here in a few places, to be honest.
Taking the stack. I'm going to probably still lose out a lot, but still. Go, 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 go. Come on, come on, come on. Move, 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 move. Oh, no. No.
Ah, fuck. And as you can see, we got absolutely screwed over
That's an L.
in the pit lane. We got absolutely blocked, and it's just bad luck. But we've lost a bunch of time and a bunch of places, and a bit more bad luck here this weekend as we drop down to P7 on track right now on the hard tyre, which is not ideal.
I'm going to go back on medium. I'm going to go back on medium.
But you can hear me say, I'm going to go back on medium, and the reason for that is because only the top 3 are on hards and myself. Everyone else is on mediums, and they're on the alt strat. So
Okay,
we're
we can
actually
take you this lap.
at a disadvantage, and we need to pit for mediums to have any chance of getting back into this race. So I'm going to go ahead and take a chance. I'm going to roll the dice, take the gamble, and I'm going to box for a set of mediums because we're not going to make any progress on hards. I'm expecting
3 on
everybody
hards.
to dive
Everyone's
bomb
on
us
medium.
pretty much and just, you know, be really aggressive and try to overtake us at any cost. So I don't really want to be involved in that because it's going to cost me time and ruin my race, and I may get involved in incidents. So if I go for the mediums and start at the back for this restart, it may be a cleaner restart for us and probably more convenient. So we're going to box here for mediums.
Fuck it, I'm going to pit. Nah, fuck it. Very last minute call, but I'm going to pit.
Now you can see there it was a very, very last minute call. I was thinking about it the entire lap. You know, I was flip-flopping on, off, yes, no, the whole lap. But right at the very last second, I went with my gut feeling, and I'm going to go for the medium tyre. So let's do this. Let's box for a fresh set of mediums, which we do have left.
Exit now.
I don't care. I just need to be out ahead of Desilewski, who's an AI, but I don't think I'm going to be. It's going to be close, but I think I'm going to be behind.
So we're going to re-jump behind Antoine Desilewski, who is a glitched out AI car this race. And what we're going to hear now is a little bit of knowledge from your boy, Tom97.
There's not enough cars on the hard tyres. I just think I'm going to be in trouble. I'd rather be on the right tyre. I always say this, there's a rule of thumb with F1, but you always want to be at the right tyre at the right time. You know, if you're not sure what tyre to go on, make sure you're on the right tyre at the right time. Medium is the way to go. It worked well for me in the first stint. The pace was really good, so I want to kind of just stick with that, to be honest. Let's see what happens. There's a car ahead with penalty. We might get a few more penalties come through. Let's see how the race goes. So as you can hear, I'm not too angry. I haven't lost my head. I'm staying pretty calm. We've got a chance to get back in this. And like I said, the right tire at the right time. And in this case, the right tire to be on is the medium tire because everyone's on that tire. The hards are going to be quite tricky to get in the window. And you're probably going to get dive bombed, to be honest. So we're in the right place right now. So first of all, we've got to try and clear Zaluski, who's an AI car. So we're going to get past him straight away. Let's get past this AI car real quick. As you can see here, getting the run into turn 1. He's an AI, so as long as we keep our nose, we'll probably back off. We don't quite make it work, so we have to go up the inside of turn 2 instead. But we do get the move done. Can't lie, mate. It's going a bit south.
Oh no.
But yeah, my engineer actually came back at this point and I told him what happened. But now lap 17. You can see we're sitting behind Hausman. We've got Jay Verhaeg going for a move up the inside. Contact. Just one down.
That's the position.
And yeah, another position for us as we move up into P30. So making progress. That's what I'm saying. Just got to hope for a bit of that, which will happen because the front through and hard, so it's going to back everyone up. And you know, generally, people are going to get impatient. That's what happens in these DRS trains. People get bored of following. They're trying to make things happen and end up making rash or aggressive or wrong time moves. So I'm going to be patient. My charge is going to arrive in the final few laps. I'm not planning on anything too special right now. I just want to try and stay close, not lose too much contact with the DRS train and see what I can do. So in the meantime, Neon is struggling with his tyres. I think he's overheating and having issues keeping them under control. And now Christian Hausman is going to go for the move. Neon also out of ERS as well. You can see the light flashing, which means he's got less than 10% battery. So he's already burned up all of his battery in the process during this restart as Hausman does get ahead of him. But you can see this battle is going to continue down to turn 1. So personal best from us. I'm just waiting. I'm being patient. I'm not going to go for anything too rash right now. These two are battling quite heavily. So we're just going to wait for the right space on track, to be honest. Whoa, I fucking had to brake there. I saw him cutting underneath. I was like, he's going to take my nose away. And you can see there, because we're on 50 bias, we have a bit of a moment as we have to tap the brakes. I could see Neon go for the cutback, and as a consequence, that would have meant, you know, potentially chopping off my front nose. So I had to back off and brake to not hit him, but we almost end up auto spinning with the braking. You see there, Neon getting out of shape as we find the space and make the move. And there we go. That's exactly what we was waiting for. I'll get back within a second though. You can hear me say now we've got to try and get back within a second of the pack ahead. So Christian Hausman's the next car, and I think he's also running very low on battery at this stage as we get a warning at the final corner. Our first warning of the race. I believe that actually was a double warning from the game, so bear that in mind. I didn't know this at the time, but yeah, I got 2 warnings for that one. I thought it was 1. So yeah, Hausman, you can see his light is flashing, so I know he's very low on energy. This is now lap 21. And at this point, I was actually using a lot of my battery and the DRS to try and go for the fastest lap because we're just outside the points. So we may be able to score an extra point here today with the fastest lap. So you can see now as we run up to the line, using the battery, we're going to get the run on Hausman. And at the same time, set a new fastest lap with purple sector 1 and purple sector 3 as we move up into P11. Up next, we've got Akinci and Get Owned as we try to hunt them down for some points. So let's push on. Let's see if we can make it happen. Lap 22 now though. You can see purple sector 1 again and closing in. Oh, what?
Be awarded a time penalty for that last incident.
Must have been I got a double somewhere. Got a double somewhere. That's getting removed.
Send that one in.
Got a double somewhere. I had 2 warnings. I check my race director. I'll look it after. So I did get a double warning in the first corner, and that means that with that one just now, we are going to have a 3-second time penalty. If we keep it clean until the end of the race, we'll get our 3-second penalty removed. If we get one more warning, it's game over. Yellow flag though is still Warren is backwards out of the hairpin. Look at the battling up ahead here. It's all kicking off.
Green flag.
I can't get another warning the rest of this race. I've got to be very careful. Oh my god, it's all kicking off up ahead. Is Sam being P2 again? How the fuck has he done that? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Alright, yeah, stay composed there. Yari and Villacampa pens.
So it might be the same reason why I've got one, so I'm not going to put on that too much.
Yeah, don't count on it.
Hey, cheers to the way, man. Sorry, I can't really focus on trying out, but cheers to the raid. You can see a bit of the action kicking off now as we get a raid on Twitch, but it's all going crazy right now. I think Roberto has damage.
Yeah, he does. He had contact with Dylan.
So yeah, damage for VRT Norberto, and that could be another place for us in this race. Yari Fitz as well is going to start pulling away as a consequence. So we're stuck in this battle now between Pedreño and Norberto here, trying to pass both of these guys. I don't think Pedreño has any ERS. You can hear me say, I don't think Pedreño has a lot of ERS. We've got Shizuka owned as well, back in the race now, not too far behind. I'm going to try and go for this move here. The issue is I don't really want to drain all of my battery if possible. We're going to go on the outside, but actually Pedreño ends up dive bombing Norberto, and I've got to be careful here to not get any contact on my front wing. Heading into the final corner, is Norberto going to pit for a front wing change? No, he doesn't. He stays out, but he runs Pedreño wide. They both get poor traction, and we're just going to slice through and make it work beautifully and get P6 in this race. So a double move. Again, racing 101, not being aggressive, being very calm and smart and taking it easy. Now the gap to Fitz is 1.6. He's got a penalty, so does Via Camper up ahead. So we could be in line here for a handful more places, because I'm going to get my penalty removed if we don't get a warning in this final half a lap of the race. So let's stay on board here for the remaining part of the Grand Prix as we try to close in within a second. Fuck, didn't get it. I wanted to get the ice and try and pass Yari, because in case he gets his penalty removed, I don't want to take a chance. We're just going to keep pushing here as we go into the final couple of corners.
I mean, it's pretty rare that the pens get removed.
Well, I don't mind
like yours.
Yellow flag.
Oh, the final corner. What's happened?
Be aware.
Well, I think
Sam Bean. Oh my god.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yo, stop. P3?
Yo.
P3?
Good shit, yeah.
Stop. P3. Come on. I need to verify that was a double warning though.
Yeah.
I'm 90% sure it's a double warning. And there we go then. We got a nice little present at the final corner. The championship leader, Sam Bean, was backwards, and we gain another place. Now, in the background right now on screen, you can see the final results from the session. But I can tell you, if you take away my 3-second penalty, I finished 4.3 seconds away from John Evans, which means we get P3 in this race. I can also tell you Lewis Welch got his penalty removed, so Lewis Welch actually won the race. So it's a 1-3 for Alpine. John Evans P2, so we get a double podium in this race after all the penalties get cleared up. So a massive championship changing result today. We should have had a 1-3 in Austria in the last race, but it got taken away because of penalties. But this time it hasn't been taken away, and we get to keep our 1-3. So it's a massive double podium. Lewis Welch is right back in it with that race win, and we get our first official podium of the season. So it's huge. It really is. Confirmation on screen right now of the penalty removal from the stewards, and for the first time this season I can actually make official and show you my podium graphic, as you can see here in the background. So very happy about that, and I can finally rave about it. And before we go, I'm going to give you guys the updated championship standings. So Sam Bean leads the way. He's currently still 30 points clear from Paris Burel in P2, who didn't race today. Currently, as it stands, we're equal on points with Ruben Pedreño, who's in P3. So we're now P4 in this championship with our first podium. And we're starting to make a bit of a late push. It was a shame we got a 0 in Silverstone, but the consistency is there. And we're getting stronger and stronger every race. Meanwhile, Lewis Welch, with that win, moves up to P8 in the championship with back-to-back podiums, and is now just 6 points behind me in the standings. And of course, because of the two of us combined in the constructors, that means we're now up to third place. So we're right back in it, especially in the constructors. We've got a real good shot here of trying to win the constructors title. So yeah, really awesome to see. You can see the last two races we've been the highest scoring team, and that's exactly the kind of shot in the arm and injection of morale we needed as a team to really push on. So the next race is Portugal, the new recently released circuit. I can't wait for that. Hope you guys tune in. Next Wednesday, I'll be streaming it Wednesday night on my Twitch, so link down below. 8 PM UK time, so go check it out. And I'll bring highlights of that race when I finish the race. But anyway, if you enjoyed this one, leave a like, subscribe for more,
And as always, a big shout out goes to the members of the channel. But that's it from me. Check out the 2 videos on screen, and I'll see all of you in the next one. Until then, take care, and it's goodbye from me.